This is 8.3b of algebra. So we're going to start applying multiplying binomials, what we did in the last lesson, for a real-world situation here. Surface area, something you learn about in geometry, but surface area is the area to cover a shape. So like if you think of a cube and you're putting paper on all sides of it, okay, however much area you cover with that paper, that's your surface area. Or here we have a cylinder. If you're painting the cylinder, however much area you cover painting the outside, that's your surface area. So there's this equation for a surface area, which is 2 pi r squared, where r is your radius, and that's this up here, the distance halfway across the circle, plus 2 pi rh, where h is your height. Okay, so we're going to do our own here. Really rough sketch there of a cylinder. So we have a cylinder where our radius is x plus 2 and where our height is x plus 4. And here's our equation. So the first thing that we should do is we should just at least plug in. So 2 pi, our r is x plus 2, and it's squared, plus 2 pi r, which is x plus 2, and h, which is x plus 4. Okay, so off to the side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these two problems. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. That's what we learned before, okay? Here's one of the things that my old teacher used to call one of the 7 deadly sins of math. You cannot just distribute in that square. That just doesn't turn into x squared plus 2 squared, okay? This turns into, remember when we'd say like 3 squared is 9, right? And 3 squared is just 3 times 3, right? 10 squared is just 10 times 10. So x plus 2 squared is just x plus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, that's how we could do our problem. So off to the side, I'm going to choose to the table. If you want to do the distributive or FOIL, that's totally fine. But I'm just going to make a table over here with x plus 2 and x plus 2. So this gives me x squared, 2x, 2x, and 4. So x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Well, that's x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so that's the answer to that. So I'm going to plug that in. So this is 2 pi, and instead of writing x plus 2 times x plus 2, I'm going to put x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, plus 2 pi, and then I'm going to do this problem off to the side, the x plus 2 times x plus 4. So x, 2, x, and 4. So we get x squared, that gives us 2x, 4x, and 8. So x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8, which simplifies to x squared plus 6x plus 8. So I can plug that in. So x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, not quite finished, all right? 2 more steps left. We need to distribute in that 2 pi, okay? So 2 pi times x squared, that's, we'll write it out, 2 pi times x squared, plus, and then distribute the second one, so 2 pi times 4x, plus, and lastly, 2 pi times 4. That's the first guy. Here comes our second guy. So we distribute the 2 pi times x squared, 2 pi times 6x, so plus 2 pi times 6x, and lastly distribute to the end, so plus 2 pi times 8. So we're going to treat pi like a variable. We want pi left in our answer. Okay, so we just need to multiply the coefficients. So this one, first one's just going to be 2 pi x squared, plus 2 times 4 is 8, so this is 8 pi x, plus, and again, 2 times 4 is 8, so this is 8 pi, plus, this one again just turns into 2 pi x squared, plus 2 times 6 is 12, so this is 12 pi x. 2 times 8 is 16, so that's 16 pi. Last step here. Okay, we need to combine like terms. So I'm going to put a straight line under this one, straight line under that one, zigzaggy under this one, so zigzaggy under this one, and let's just do a dotted one for that one. Doesn't matter what pattern you use, but so I'm going to combine the straight lined ones. So SA is equal to 2 pi x squared plus 2 pi x squared. It's just going to be, all I have to do is add the front numbers, add the coefficients. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So this is 4 pi x squared plus, we've got 8 pi x plus 12 pi x. So that gives us 20 pi x plus, and then we've got 8 pi plus 16 pi. 8 plus 16 is 24. So that's 24 pi. And there you go. Alrighty, multiplying a trinomial and a binomial. We're not going to do the way your book does it. We're going to do it using the table. So it's not going to be a square window this time. It's going to have 3 columns and 2 rows. So 2x squared, negative 3x, and a positive 1, and we've got x and negative 3. Treat it exactly like the table one before. There's just more squares to take care of. 2x squared times x is going to be 2x cubed, right? We add our exponents. Negative 3x times x, that's a negative 3x squared. And 1 times x just gives us plain x. 2x squared times negative 3 will give us a negative 6x squared. Negative 3 times negative 3x. Negative times a negative is a positive, so this turns into a positive 9x. And negative 3 times 1 is just negative 3. And then I'm going to add those. So 2x cubed plus negative 6x squared plus negative 3x squared plus 9x plus x plus a negative 3. And then I got to do some combining here. So he's on his own. These are both zigzaggies. This one will be a wavy, and our dotted line at the end. So no one to combine with that straight line, so he's still in it, 2x cubed. I can add my zigzaggies, so negative 6 plus a negative 3, that's a negative 9x squared. So I made that a minus sign instead of a plus a negative, right? I got 9x plus 1x, right? If there's no number in front, the coefficient is a 1. So 9x plus 1x, that's 10x. So plus 10x. And then the negative 3 has no one to combine with, so minus 3. And that right there would be your answer. And there's your homework.